here we have taken handful of garlic cloves and we'll just add them to this small blender. I will add some red chili powder in here, some coriander powder, a little bit more, about 1.5 teaspoon, about half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and some salt. So I'll just add everything in, and I'll add a little bit of oil. So just about a couple of teaspoons of oil, maybe just 1 teaspoon, and we need some sugar. So here's the sugar, and I'll add about 1 tablespoonful of sugar, and we'll add in a little bit of water in here and make this into a fine paste. So here is some water. I will just add enough so that it blends properly. This should be good, and I'll cover this with the lid. So I'll put this in the blender. We'll blend this into a smooth paste. So here we have this dip ready. This is something that we're going to use in the batter. So here I've taken half cup measurement, and this is gram flour, which is very commonly used in Indian cooking. And I'll just take this leveled cup, just like that, in a bowl. There should be enough, and I'm gonna add this mixture in. So here I've just poured in a little bit of water in the jar, and I'll close this like that, so that everything that is stuck on the blade and the on the container, we can just use every bit of it. So yeah, this way the blade is clean and the container is clean as well. We'll just add it in. And here I have taken 1 fork. I'm just gonna mix this in. We want I'll show you the consistency of the batter, and we'll just give it a mix just like that. Looks like it could take some more water, or maybe not. We'll find out. So here we have switched to a whisk, and we want to keep it as lump free as possible. So you may be wondering what is it that we are making today, and is it part of the same Indian food safari series? So yeah, it is actually. And today we'll be making 2 dishes actually. One's gonna be, so both of them are from the same state, the state of Gujarat. So everything in Gujarat is like heaven for vegetarian dishes. Gujarat has so many beautiful, lovely dishes which are loved all over India. So one very popular one is Khaman Dokla, and then so what we are making today is a little bit different from that. This is actually called Patra, which is made using these leaves. So you can see all these leaves. Will be spreading the batter on top of these leaves, and we'll be rolling them and steaming them. So that is one. And the other item that we are going to make is called Khandvi, which is which is made purely of gram flour. So we'll show you what it takes. I hope you enjoy the video. So yeah, follow along. So this looks ready, and this is the consistency we are looking for. We don't want the batter to be we don't want it to be like a dough, but we also want it to be a little bit thick. We don't want a runny consistency. So like you can see, it's dripping slowly from the whisk. That's the consistency we are looking for. So what we have here is colocasia leaves, which is the main ingredient. So this is like the wrap that we're gonna wrap our we're going to roll these and we're going to steam them. So to start with, we will first have to just turn your leaf over just like that, and you need to get rid of the vein, the thick part of the stem. So to do that, you just need a knife. Yeah, so here we have the leaf, and to do this, we just need a knife just like that. And yeah, first of all, I'll just chop off uh, the stem which is extruding from the leaf just like that, and the rest of the stem, you just want to shave a little bit so that it becomes even with the surface of the backside of the leaf just like that. You don't even want to go beyond this point because the vein over here are soft and they're not going to be interfering while you roll the leaves. So yeah, this way I'm gonna prepare all of the leaves. So in some cases, the large leaves, you'll see the veins which are branching out from the main vein would also be a little bit hard. So you want to ensure that you are trimming these off as well. And yeah, just like that. You want to try to keep the whole leaf intact without try not to have try not to break the leaf into pieces. Try to have as big of a roll as possible. So yeah, just like that, we're gonna uh, trim all of the veins from the leaves. So here we have trimmed off all the veins, and but here's a cheat code that will help you roll these more easily. So just take a rolling pin and yeah, just uh, roll this leaf like this so that the veins will get a chance to soften a little bit more. So we'll do that with all the other leaves as well. So here I have the other leaf, and I'm just gonna lightly or maybe a little bit firmly roll these leaves, roll these veins basically. So yeah, just like that. So these are some cheat codes in your life. uh, so there are so many things that you can do to improve your life, but if you always follow the process, it's not always going to work. So yeah, these cheat codes come in handy sometimes. So here we have rolled out all our leaves, colocasia leaves, just like that. And as you can see, not all of the leaves are pretty. They don't have to be, because we're going to stack them on top of each other, and ultimately everything is going to get rolled. So it doesn't matter. You can see the condition of the leaf. It does. All the leaves don't have to be the best in best shape. They just have to taste great, and that goes by default. So yeah, these we have rolled out all the leaves. I'm just trying to get the largest leaf here. So this looks like the largest leaf would be, I don't know which one. So yeah, we'll go with this one. This looks like the largest leaf, so I'll just take this one and we'll start the process. So to begin, what we have to do is, so first of all, here is the batter that we have prepared with the garlic mixture, and yeah, I'll need a spoon. So yeah, this is the leaf, but here you can see it has some holes and here. So we're just gonna do a surgery. We'll take this larger leaf, we'll break it into a piece and try to cover these holes as good as. So this was a piece cut out from the bunch that we had. So we'll just use this just a little bit. And here, let me just take a spoon. So here's the thing, we'll be just dropping a little bit of this here so that this piece sticks right on top, just like that. Yeah, and same thing with the other one. So with this, I'm gonna just change the strategy and stick it on top of the piece that we're gonna stick. Sorry, so yeah, and I'll just leave it here. So once this is done, we will be taking a little bit of this batter and I just need to spread this. I'll just drop everything with the spoon on top of the leaf like this. And yeah, you can do it with your hands or with the spoon. Right now I'm doing it with the spoon, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna switch to hands. So yeah, it'll be easier with the hands. So you want to do it like this, and you see this is a chunk of garlic. We'll just leave it right there. It will add to the flavor. So you want to you can adjust with the, you can play around with the thickness of the spread that you apply, but it should be enough so that the next leaf, when you stack it on top of this, it should stick to it. So here I am taking another leaf, and this time I'm gonna place it in another direction, just like that, so that I can get sort of some uniform shape, some more geometrical shape, like a square. Second leaf also, I'll just spread this batter just like that, and yeah, I'll go in with my hands and spread this all over the leaf just like that. Your countertop is gonna get a little bit messy, but that is okay, because yeah, this will be like, this can be done. So the final product can be eaten in two ways. One is a healthier way where you just steam this, and the other one is where you basically deep fry this in hot oil. So we're going to show you the healthier way, and another, life cheat code, which will make the healthier food tastier as well. So stay tuned for that. So here I will just stick this another piece so that it becomes more or less squarish. So I'll use a little bit of batter on the edge so that it just sticks right here, just like that. Yeah, and then it is ready for the next leaf. So here I've taken the third leaf. Yeah, I'll place it a little bit like, yeah, I would like to place this in this way. So this is the third leaf. You can see I have placed this, and made the entire shape more geometrical, more into a rectangle. If you look at the whole, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to do the same thing over and over until all of these leaves. Maybe we can make 2 rolls out of this. I'll show you once this is ready. So this is the last layer, and we are out of the batter. So here's one thing. Last time I made this, I ran out of the paste. Before that I made this, I ran out of the paste. So you always make a little bit more than what you think you will need, the paste. Yeah, so that is one tip when you are making this. We're gonna prepare a little bit more batter, and then we'll show you the next steps. We have just quickly whisked up a little bit more batter. We have not added garlic in here, but all the rest of the spices. So this is for the last bit, and yeah, for the last bit I'm just gonna coat it a little bit more, little bit generously than the last coatings, because this is now the last layer, and this is going to be rolled inwards. So we don't want the roll to, open up and not stick properly together. So here I have just coated everything in another layer. So I'm just going to clean my hands and show you the next steps. And we still have a little bit left. So that is something that we will be using while we roll this. So here we'll start the rolling. You want to just wrap the edges inwards a little bit, just like that. This one, and we'll wrap the other side. Yeah, so that we have a little bit more geometrical shape. Yeah, so now the next thing you want to do is take a little bit of batter a little bit of this paste and stick it on the edges, on the back side of the folds that you made, this side as well as on this side, just like that. So yeah, now next thing is you'll just roll this up. To roll this, I'll try to roll this as tightly as possible. So yeah, here you can see there's some crusts forming, like it's yielding, which we do not want, but it is okay if it does. And here, because we have added the paste, it is just gonna stick to itself, just like that. So let me show you the counter. This looks a little bit messy, yeah, but this is something you should expect when you are making this. So yeah, make sure you clean your counter before you decide to make this. Yeah, and now so for the edges, we also want to ensure that there's enough stuffing in the edges. So I'm just gonna fill it up like this with the paste that we have left over. And yeah, now it's time to get a plate. So let me just this. Yeah, I'll just transfer this in a plate. It's too big even for a plate, but yeah, it's okay. So I'll just again fill this up with the paste just like this. And yeah, I'll try to seal the mouth on the other end. I'll just try to wrap this on itself, and this will be the end that we put on. So when we keep it in the steamer, we will just keep it like this so that the roll doesn't open, so that both the ends are locked in. And here I have a little bit more left, so I'm just gonna use my hands and get every last drop of the batter of the paste and just smoother it on top, just like that. So this is the final step with the preparations. Now all that is left is to cook this, and there's some more left. So I'm just gonna smother this up just like that. Yeah. So this is ready, and we have cleaned up the kitchen counter, as you can see. And this is the steaming tray, and as you can see, this is not gonna fit in here. So I'm just going to slice this into two from about center, and I just hope it doesn't unroll. With so much batter in here, it's very unlikely it's gonna unroll on you. But yeah, just look at this, and it's gonna swell up as it steams. So before placing it in, I'll just apply some oil here. So yeah, we'll apply a little bit of oil, and I'll just spread it all over the tray. So this got dirty because I placed it before the oil, but it's fine. And yeah, so the oil is spread nicely, and here we have our sliced rolls. I'm just gonna place both of them like this in here. And yeah, let me show you the steamer that we use commonly in India. So yeah, this is something that we use for idli and dosa making. So yeah, this is the steamer we are going to steam this in. We've kept it on high heat, and we'll let the water boil. We'll just prepare for the khandvi, the other dish. So here I am taking half cup gram flour, again the same flour, and yeah, and to this we will be adding 1 cup of buttermilk. So if you don't have buttermilk, here's a quick easy recipe. Just take some Greek yogurt, plain yogurt, and add water until you get the desired consistency. So here I have taken 1/4 cup of whole milk yogurt, Greek plain yogurt, which doesn't have any flavors, and I'll just add this here in half cup. Here's this gram flour and yogurt. To this we are going to add some spices. So I'm just going to eyeball the amount of salt here. We'll be adding half a teaspoon of turmeric, maybe a little bit less, and yeah, we'll be adding some coriander powder, and maybe just a pinch of red chili powder for the color, and we'll also be adding a little bit of sugar, because in Gujarati food everything is sweet. So yeah, you need to use sugar. So here we can see the water has come to a boil, and the water in the steamer, and here we have our rolls, Patra rolls. So I'm just gonna drop this in here like this and cover this and let it steam for about 15 minutes. So yeah, here's the next ingredient we're gonna add. So this is about a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste. I'm just gonna add this here for added flavor. So usually this people don't put anything apart from just buttermilk and maybe some turmeric, but I like to have some spices and some extra things going on. And here's the half cup measure. Remember, we need 1 cup of water, out of which 1/4 cup is yogurt. So this is half cup, and I'll add another 1/4 cup of water in here. So just half of this, just like that. And so here I've taken a whisk, and I'll just mix everything in together using this whisk. We want to have a lump-free batter, and this time it's going to be pouring consistency. The quantity of water should be high. It's not going to be a paste, it's going to be a proper batter. So yeah, this is the consistency we are looking for. It should be flowy or runny consistency. And yeah, I'll just add about a tablespoon of oil in here, just like drizzle it over, and again gonna give it one quick whisk. So here we have taken this small pot, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of oil, and we'll just coat this and make it a non-stick. And here is our batter, which is very much runny consistency. I'll show you when I pour this in. So this should be the consistency, and everything goes just right in. Right after adding this, we will have to constantly keep whisking this using a nice whisk, just like that. Looks like the water is a little bit less, so here I'll be adding about half a cup more of water, and yeah, I'll just mix this in, just like that. You need to ensure that you're constantly stirring this and that there are no lumps forming. Although in here you can see some lumps, but as you keep whisking, these lumps should just disappear. So here we need to constantly keep stirring this. If you stop, it's gonna go bad. It's not gonna work. So you have to constantly stir this. So while this is happening, let me show you the patra. This is about 15 minutes into the steaming, and as you can see, they look quite ready. And I've just turned off the flame for the steamer, and I let them cool down a little bit. So we've been continuously whisking this for about 4 to 5 minutes, and as you can see, this has developed nice sheen on top of this. The light just shines through this, and it should be as lump free as possible, but a little bit lumps is okay. I've more or less taken it off the flame, and I'm just gonna give it a taste. Yeah, so this is the time you can adjust for the seasoning if required. So I'm gonna add a little bit more salt in here. So I'm just going to add a little bit more salt. You can give it a taste and adjust the seasoning as required. And this is now completely off the flame, and but still I'm just going to keep constantly stirring this, so that because it's going to solidify if you stop doing that. There's very little time left after this is done. So as soon as I'm happy with the consistency and with the mixing of the flavors, I'm just going to give it one last taste. Yeah, this looks yeah, this is perfect. And now we're gonna move over to the greased plates here, and I'm gonna drop about half of this in one plate, just like this, and the other half in the other plate. So we have roughly divided this in two, and I've poured this on a greased plate, which is food safe, and I'm just gonna spread this thin, as thin as possible. So this was enough for about three plates, three large plates. And so this is what you want to do. You just put it on the plate. Make sure you don't have too much oil on there, otherwise it's not gonna spread as good. So yeah, that was the mistake we did, and that is why the lumps here, because the batter got too cold after that. But yeah, this plate was without oil, and as you can see, it's perfectly spread out very evenly. And it is okay if there are uh, some bumps. That's okay, because we are gonna roll these, and the outer surface, which is flat, which is lying on the floor, on the plate, is gonna be on the top. So yeah, after we roll these out, you'll see that it is much smoother. So the texture on top does not really matter. So here we have three. This one's a little bit thicker because we had, I guess it's enough for about 4 plates. But yeah, so here we have 3 plates ready, and we'll let it cool down until, this should just come right off. So we'll wait until it cools down completely. It'll take about 5 to 10 minutes, and after that we'll show you the next steps. So here our Patra rolls have cooled down, and I'm just gonna take them on a chopping board like this. So now we need to slice these into about half an inch thickness. So just like this. Make sure you take serrated knife, uh, the one that you use for breads and stuff, so that you don't crumble up the roll. So here all our Patra rolls, we have sliced them into about half an inch thickness. And yeah, we're gonna just give them a little bit of crunchiness by adding a tadka here. So while the pan is heating up for the Patra tadka, here our Khandvi spread has cooled down quite a lot, and you can see if I just try to pull it out, it should be it should not be difficult to take it out. So now we will do the slicing. Here I've taken a more or less blunt knife, and I'm just gonna run this into parallel strands. So you want to keep about 1.5 inches thickness for this, but try to keep the thickness consistent, just like that. So after slicing them all, you'll just take one edge from one of the segments, and you'll just start rolling it like this. Make sure you get all the edges and edge pieces, and once it goes on, everything will just slide right off the plate, just like this. So yeah, we'll just keep rolling them and try to gather any edge pieces. So yeah, this is roll one ready, and let me show you this. This one's gonna be more cleaner because we have two edges which are parallel. We don't have any rough edges this time. So I'll just start rolling, and yeah, it slides right off the plate. This is another roll. Just look at these. Don't they look pretty? And this is the third one. So yeah, this way we're gonna roll all of them, all three of the plates in fact. So yeah, this is the third one, and we have two more plates, so we're gonna do the same thing with this. So now we will prepare the tadka for the patra rolls. So I've just added a little bit of oil, maybe a little more, about a tablespoon. Remember, we are not frying these, so we are just gonna shallow fry them in very little oil. And yeah, we will also add some spices in here for the added flavor. So here I have taken the spice box, and the spices that we're gonna need would be the mustard seeds. So I'm just gonna put them here, and they'll crackle because the oil is so hot. And then here's some cumin, so it goes right on the oil. And here is the patra rolls that we have sliced up. I'm just gonna add them here. I'm gonna reduce the flame so that the spices do not burn. Yeah, you wanna put these in oil so that you hear the sizzle, just like that. And this is gonna help crisp up both the sides for patra rolls, just like that. Let's see if we can adjust the rest. So here I have drizzled just about a tablespoon more of oil on top, and you want to ensure nothing sticks on the pan for too long, otherwise it's gonna get too much charred. And yeah, just like this. So yeah, we'll let this sit like that for a little bit, and then we'll flip them over and get some browning on the other side as well. So we have flipped all the patra rolls, and you can see there's nice browning and browning happening on one side. We want the same to be on the other side, so we'll just let these be on medium flame for about 3 to 4 more minutes. While our patra rolls are crisping up, here we have the Khandvi rolls ready. And as you can see, just look at the sheen on the surface, and like I was saying, all of them are super smooth. So yeah, here are some not so pretty ones, but they are gonna taste just as good. So for this we will be adding a tadka on top of these. So here I'm chopping some green chili, which is not very hot, for the tadka, and we'll be starting with the tadka now. So here we have taken a small saucepan, and we're gonna add about a tablespoon of oil, and we'll let the oil heat up a little bit before we begin with the tadka. So now the oil has come to temperature, and I'm just gonna add some mustard seeds in here, and we'll wait for them to crackle a little bit more. So once these start crackling, I'm just gonna add in some cumin seeds. So yeah, right in the oil, and yeah, everything is starting to crackle now. I'm just gonna go all in with these chili pepper. So here I've added all of the chili pepper, which is not very hot by the way, and we'll just let it fry for a little bit. I'll take this spoon and give it a quick stir, just like this. So here I have some water in a glass. I'm just gonna add a little bit in here. Yeah, just about 1/4 cup. maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. And yeah, we'll just wait for this to come to a boil. And so instead of, usually people don't add water, it is just all oil, but oil, just we want to make it in as little oil as possible. So here we have just added some water, which is not good because the rolls might just dissolve. But yeah, we don't want too much oil in there, so we'll just see what happens. So yeah, the water has come to a boil now, and here I'm just going to add about half a tablespoon of sugar, and I'm gonna give it a quick mix. So this will be a little bit syrupy. We'll see how it turns out. So here you can see the Patra rolls. They're almost ready, and if I flip them over, you can see the color. It looks so beautiful, and yeah, they're ready, and we'll just take them out off the flame, and they're ready to be served. So the sugar syrup is almost ready. I'll just pour this on top of these Khandvi rolls. So while stirring this with the pan, just whirling the pan, and ensuring we get as many chili pepper as possible. And I'm just gonna pour it all on top, just like that. Yeah. So here it is, Khandvi roll ready to be eaten. And just hear these Patra rolls. Don't they sound crispy? So yeah, we'll just transfer them directly on a plate, and yeah, they are ready to be eaten. Here's the Khandvi rolls and Patra rolls. So do let us know if you try any of these recipes, and I hope you enjoyed our today's video. Let me know if you enjoy the flavors of Gujarat, and stay tuned for because we are going to bring in more and more states now. See you in the next video.